Now, I'm not one to gossip, but I will bring you the tea. Welcome to Chronicle Speaks.
Please, I don't have any time for any gossip now. Eh? Yes.
Look at you.
So now it's 2 more days till the Where Is Wendy Williams documentary premiere on Lifetime, and the more clips I watch, the more my heart breaks. Wendy literally spirals right in front of our eyes, and to know that this was recorded in 2022 and here we are in 2024 makes you wonder just how well is she now, especially since the family doesn't know what facility she's located at or where this facility is. Today, a press release has come out stating that Wendy has been officially diagnosed with primary progressive aphasia and frontotemporal dementia. We are going to break down these diagnoses and much more, but before we do, please be sure to subscribe to this channel and hit the bell for notifications so you don't miss out on any news regarding this story and so much more. Now let's get back into it. So we all know why you are here. Let's waste no time and get straight into this press release. Wendy Williams diagnosed with primary progressive aphasia and dementia. In a press release dated for today, February 22nd, 2024, on behalf of Wendy Williams Hunter, her care team is sharing this very personal update with her cherished fans, friends, and supporters to correct inaccurate and hurtful rumors about her health. As Wendy's fans are aware, in the past, she has been open with the public about her medical issues with Graves' disease and lymphedema, as well as other significant changes related to her health. Over the past few years, questions have been raised at times about Wendy's ability to process information, and many have speculated about Wendy's condition, particularly when she began to lose words, act erratically at times, and have difficulty understanding financial transactions. In 2023, after undergoing a battery of medical tests, Wendy was officially diagnosed with primary progressive aphasia and frontotemporal dementia, FTD. Aphasia, a condition affecting language and communication abilities, and frontotemporal dementia, a progressive disorder impacting behavior and cognitive functions, have already presented significant hurdles in Wendy's life. Wendy would not have received confirmation of these diagnoses were it not for the diligence of her current care team, who she chose, and the extraordinary work of the specialists at Weill Cornell Medicine. Receiving a diagnosis has enabled Wendy to receive the medical care she requires. The decision to share this news was difficult and made after careful consideration, not only to advocate for understanding and compassion for Wendy, but to raise awareness about aphasia and frontotemporal dementia and support the thousands of others facing similar circumstances. Unfortunately, many individuals diagnosed with aphasia and frontotemporal dementia face stigma and misunderstanding, particularly when they begin to exhibit behavior changes but have not yet received a diagnosis. There is hope that with early detection and far more empathy, the stigma associated with dementia will be eliminated, and those affected will receive the understanding, support, and care they deserve and need. Wendy is still able to do many things for herself. Most importantly, she maintains her trademark sense of humor and is receiving the care she requires to make sure she is protected and that her needs are addressed. She is appreciative of the many kind thoughts and good wishes being sent her way. Reading all of that was heartbreaking to say the least, but this particular clip from the Where Is Wendy Williams documentary absolutely broke me.
I'm so serious. And I think I'm gonna be back and forth from New York, so I'm gonna be coming to see you more.
Well, my real name is Wendy Hunter.
Hunter.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm divorced.
Yes.
He's got no money.
Angela is a strong woman, because I'm telling you, I broke down watching it. I can only imagine how she felt being right there with Wendy. That was hurtful. Let's break down frontotemporal disorder, FTD, sometimes called frontotemporal dementia, and it's the result of damage to neurons in the frontal and temporal lobes of the brain. Many possible symptoms can result, including unusual behavior, emotional problems, trouble communicating, difficulty with work, or difficulty with walking. FTD is rare and tends to occur at a younger age than other forms of dementia. Roughly 60% of people with FTD are 45 to 64 years old. And primary progressive aphasia, PPA, is a condition that slowly damages the part of the brain that controls speech and language. People with PPA usually have difficulty speaking, naming objects, or understanding conversation. What causes PPA? The clinical symptoms of PPA are caused by degeneration in the parts of the brain that control speech and language. typically on the left side of the brain in the frontal, temporal, and parietal regions. They go on to say that this type of aphasia begins gradually with speech or language symptoms that vary dependent on the brain area affected by the disease. For example, in one type of PPA, people may initially have trouble producing speech, whereas in another variant, word finding and comprehension problems are more pronounced. In my opinion, if Wendy was diagnosed in 2023, that's even more reason why this documentary should not be released. We should not see this woman like this, and there's no way in the world that she can be executive producer if they're pretty much saying she's not making decisions in her right mind. I'm not with it.
And to say she's the executive producer when you can see that in some ways she's not really in control.
Does she have the capacity to really do that?
Yeah.
Wendy Williams' niece, Alex Feeney, sat with Deborah Roberts with Good Morning America, and she had this to say about her aunt.
This documentary is hard to watch.
I know.
Very hard to watch.
Yeah. I said I wasn't going to cry because I feel like I've cried enough over the last year and a half. But what people are going to see is a broken woman who has had the world on her shoulders for so long and just cracked.
Alex Finney, Wendy's niece and goddaughter, now breaking the family silence.
I feel like I've been living in this secret bubble for a very long time.
Lifetime producers witnessing low moments with excessive drinking, fits of anger,
Go! Drive! I have no idea where we are.
and bouts of incoherence.
I have no friends. You know how many people come out to support you? You know how many people love you? No, I don't.
Some people are going to look at this and say, this is exploitation. She's being exploited. How could they do this?
Right. But I will say this, first and foremost, my aunt is the executive producer of this documentary. And she said, now is the perfect time because I want to take ownership of my story.
Our first caress.
For many, Wendy's story took a dramatic turn on Halloween of 2017 when she collapsed on her show, leading some to wonder whether Wendy, who openly talked about her health struggles and battle with alcohol and substance abuse, was in trouble. Her show went on. 2 years later, another setback.
I have been living in a sober house. And you know, I've had a struggle with cocaine.
Then a messy divorce, bizarre behavior, and long absences from the set followed. In early 2022, the Wendy Williams show was canceled.
Liquid lunch, because I came into your room and all of a sudden out of nowhere, I happened to notice one of your specialty items. So you think you're perfectly fine having as many drinks as you want?
Perfectly.
Okay, but I'm just gonna put it downstairs to keep it cool.
Keep it there.
Okay.
Is she an alcoholic?
So in terms of being an alcoholic, I don't want to categorize her because, you know, I'm not a medical professional, but what I can say is that my aunt has had some unhealthy habits when it's come to alcohol.
They discovered a lonely, agitated woman.
People will look at this documentary and wonder, where's her family?
Right.
How come family's not there saving her?
Because family was shut out.
We would take responsibility with regard to guardianship and personal needs to ensure that she was healthy. I'm not talking about her money. You put the money over here.
There's so many questions that I have. In the press release, they mentioned that they're protecting her, but I'm like, protecting her from whom? From her family? From whom? Because it seems like she should at least be able to have communication with her son. I know Wendy cried in the documentary and said she missed her family. So keeping her away from the family, is that helping her or is it hurting her? Then they said she chose her own doctors. I'm like, y'all are saying she ain't in her right mind. So how is she choosing her own doctors and knowing which ones to go to? This is just all too confusing. I don't really trust putting your life in a complete stranger's hand and your family can't even know where you are. Something to me just isn't right. I don't like it. I've cried. I can't take it no more, y'all. Leave a comment. Tell me what you think about the diagnosis. Tell me what you think about everything going on with Wendy. And do you plan on watching this documentary? Leave a comment and you know how we do. We'll talk about it down below. Talk to you guys later. Bye. As always, thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and hit that bell so you don't miss any of my new episodes.